Hello and welcome to Ireland Esports Collegiate Series Rocket League here on a Tuesday evening. We are once again bringing you back to the Premier Division. We have the semi-finals, or one of the semi-finals for you this evening, followed up by a finals after that. I am Gib and I'm once again joined by the one, the only Jacko. Jacko, you've got some stats to talk us through for this evening about previous matchups throughout the season. Why don't you run us through that?
Yeah, so what's at stake is, of course, the big question tonight. Championship points that determine nationals qualification. So, winter points have already been determined. Whatever points now gathered from this spring split, whoever tops in the top four of those will go on to the national land finals in Dublin on May 23rd and 24th. So, of course, the first ever national finals on land. So, who are we seeing today? Some are expected, some maybe unexpected. Today on stream, we're going to have a Trinity versus TUD, but just to discuss the other one that's going to be on stream is Setu versus University of Ulster. Setu, of course, finishing first in our bracket for this spring Premier Division. They went 6-0 in their games. They went undefeated. UU, on the other hand, University of Ulster, they finished fourth, just got in there. They didn't play the full 6 games. They actually only played four, and they went two apiece in terms of that. And then, of course, when Setu played UU in league play, it was a 3-0 victory to Setu. Now, who are we going to be seeing on stream tonight for us? It is Trinity versus TUD. So Trinity versus Technological University Dublin are going to be on stream for us today. Trinity finished second in our bracket, 5-1, 5 wins, 1 loss for them. And then TUD, on the other hand, right below them, they were our third place finishers, 3-2 to them. So 3-0 to Trinity as well in the bracket play from league play. So maybe not expecting a sweep from what I would say. I would probably, I don't think we casted that game, but very not the score that I was expecting. TUD, of course, the only team I believe in recent time to have beaten Setu in this format. So a very strong team, Device, SIM, and a Parable. And then on the other hand, we have Trinity, who's played kind of a range of players throughout the season. Their most strongest players, of course, would be Nuss, Waffle, and Jamingo would be their three strongest. But they've played players like Fusical and Blaze, I believe, as well throughout the season. So I believe they should be putting their strongest foot forward here. If I can just check the lobby, yes, it is. Sundry, of course, is going to be Nuss. So they are putting their strongest foot forward here, leaving the subs on the bench tonight and putting their strongest foot forward. So everyone seems to be in the lobby game. We should be pretty much good to go, I imagine, ready to start this semi-final tonight. So take it away, Gib. Everyone is in the lobby. Everyone is here. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, 5 minutes on the clock. Of course, a best of five for you this evening. And, first 5 minutes usually don't always predict what's to come, but they do usually give a good indicator. Of course, Trinity putting their best players on the pitch this evening. Their main players, I should say, rather than their best. But definitely TD, a strong team to be going up against for the semi-finals as well. And it's going to be trying to get those floodgates to open up as quick as possible, as Waffle getting that out of the corner. He's known to use a lot of boost. I'm going to pick up that mid for himself. Nuts trying to get it out of the corner, but I'm not quite sure who I Am Tougher is. Not quite sure who that is. I can't
It should
remember
be
all of the players.
Device, I imagine. I would
I would
like to
presume
imagine
so.
it's. I'm gonna presume it's Device. I was making a joke earlier when I was talking to some friends that sometimes people in their Rocket League lobbies they might appear on Challenger Melt, the platform that we use, as, for example, Device, but then sometimes they might be on alt accounts or their Steam name might be something else. So sometimes you never actually know who's in the lobby until you get a clarification. So we're going to assume that is Device. and I assume it is. But yeah, that's definitely going to be a Davice. But yeah, I am tough. We're going to hope he's going to be tough in this series. It's going to be a strong opponent against Jamingo sitting in there with that RLCS 2026 contender tag. But it is TUD who start us off here with the first goal, and it is coming from SIM. Pass into the middle from Davice, getting that one in, and it's SAM who gets that one through. Looking through that TUD team once again, some new players on that team. Davice I've seen for quite a while now, as well as SAM, but Parable, long-time veteran on that TUD team. He's played with so many veterans on that team. He's played with Shane, he's played with, I believe, Ncannon before as well. Such a broad range of players, and he's been there since I was playing as well. So, long-time veteran of the team is Parallel. Then looking at Trinity's team, Jamingo, Waffle, and Nuss. Nuss, of course, playing. He's originally from the United States and is playing over here, going to college in Trinity. So I remember back when I was playing in collegiate, when I was in the US actually at the time, Nuss was, I think he was found mid-season. So I remember playing in Trinity and winning my game with UCC. And then they brought Nuss in, and we unfortunately did not win. So he was a major bump to that team, and especially alongside Jamingo and Waffle, making a strong side. 1-1 apiece here, Gib. Bring it back to you, and we'll see how the rest of this one will go.
It's feeling to me, it's very much a back and forth game at the moment. One apiece to each team, but still not really seeing anybody in definitive control of the game. TCD trying their best to not give TCD that space to get it out of their own half at the moment, but Nuss going to get the clearance out to Waffle in the midfield. SAM going to get a touch to it, and Davice going in for that 50, but not working out for him, and Waffle in with a shot. Jamingo trying to keep that pressure going, and Nuss going to send it in, but Parable swooping in, getting that stop on the line and keeping it out of their net for the time being. Waffle up to touch that ball, and down to Parable it went. He's going to get the clearance, but only as far as Nuss, who's taking it to the back wall. It's going to drop down for Jamingo. 2 goals for TCD now, and they're looking to extend that lead, presumably a little bit further, as they know TUD are a dangerous team when they're given that opportunity, they're given that space to run away with it, and they're going to be wanting to have a third, give it themselves that little bit more of a buffer. But SAM getting it past Nuss, and Waffle having to come off the back wall to get a touch to that pass to Viche, but not too far, only getting to Parable. Jamingo getting it past SAM, and 2 men on the attack now. Davice managing to clear that, not much of a hassle to him, and out to SAM it went. Waffle up to meet him, and down into the corner of TCD now with Nuss on the back wall. Full boost to his name, what can he make of it? Not able to get it past SAM, a beautiful 50 from him, and Jamingo now, but SAM just being the thorn in their side for the time being, keeping that pressure going, keeping that attacking opportunity in play for them. Jamingo not quite able to connect with the ball, and Nuss sending it down to Jamingo on the back wall. Waffle going in for a shot, but once again Davice just on that back line, able to get the stop to it in the end.
Yeah, we have to double check after this game with Jamingo. Currently sitting at about between 160 and 190 ping, so we're seeing maybe if I'm experiencing some issues on this server, because at the moment he's doing probably one of the best players in the lobby, even sitting at this ping. So we'll have to see if maybe that can be improved for him, and maybe that would even unlock more potential from him. But everyone else in the lobby is sitting at around 16 ping, so maybe something is going wrong on Jamingo's side that we might need to double check after this game. But yeah, things going well at the moment for TCD, as I mentioned before. I believe it was 3-0 to Trinity in that league play match, and I was a bit surprised by that. I was expecting a bit of a closer game, but I was just going to say, but moving on from that, it's going to be an own goal from Davice. Jamingo going off that back wall, gets a flip reset, passes it down, and it lands straight onto Davice's car. And unfortunately, that one goes back in to their own net. It's been a lot of saves from TUD, 14 shots from Trinity. It's been saved 9 times. It's an unbelievable amount of shots here from Trinity. Only 4 shots from TUD. TCD have really come out in this first game swinging and trying to set everything in motion, Gib.
Yeah, they're really just trying to pile it home. They've got 3 goals to their name, and they're not looking to lose any more or concede any more. There it is, game 1 going to TCD. A good 5 minutes, I would say. Maybe, a lot of shots from TCD, not a huge amount converted into goals, but I think that's partly due to TUD's just such a strong backline when it comes to getting those saves. You see there, what is that? 9 saves to their name against the 14 shots. Pretty good backline defense there from TUD, but not able to capitalize on most of the opportunities shown to them, and TCD keeping any shots that came their way at bay. I am seeing Jamingo's ping slowly decrease there for the time being. Hopefully it'll settle down a little bit more. But still sitting around 72 for this second game. Now, as we get everybody back in the lobby, Parable just joined back up. Everybody joining their respective teams. Another kickoff. 5 minutes on the clock once again. Game 2 underway now, and going to be interesting to see, can TUD bring it back a little bit, make sure that the TCD aren't going to run away with it. Not that they had much opportunity to do so in the last game. TUD keeping that pressure, trying to keep TCD out of their side of the pitch for as long as possible. Although TCD always going to take full opportunity of those moments when they show themselves to score goals. Unfortunate own goal from Device though.
Yeah, apologies. I'm not used to, at the moment I have a pop filter on my microphone, and it actually takes away from the HyperX. Red is online, and what's going on now? Oh, Jamingo is now sitting in the net, and he's back. Right. Okay, so yeah, he seems to be okay now. I believe so. Yes, he is moving. I was just saying that anyone who knows what a HyperX quadcast is, they know the red light is illuminating when your microphone's on, but my pop filter kind of blocks that out, so don't realize most of the time when my microphone is muted, I mute it without even thinking to drink water or something while casting. But yeah, Jamingo now is back in the lobby. He's back and connected. He's on 60 ping, so something must have fixed for him. He's not in the team anymore, in the same lobby, but he's still playing, so it's 1-0 to TUD here, and unfortunate for the start. I was going to say Jamingo maybe not in net, maybe not active on his controller trying to fix his Wi-Fi, but they've come back for this pretty quickly, and it's Waffle and Jamingo now who get this one through.
Yeah, a very quick rebuttal from TCD there. They're not going to want to let TD have that opportunity to score a goal and keep them at bay for long. Waffle going for the must-G over SAM, sending it to the back wall. Can a teammate be there? Oh, Nuss goes in with a shot, but just kept wide for him. Jamingo coming out of the corner now, goes for it, but SAM on the back wall, going to get that clearance out to the midfield to Parable, getting a touch to it, but Waffle going to get one too. Can't quite get the second touch off that one, can't keep it out for the time being. Waffle, beautiful save, just keeping it out and getting the second touch to it. It's an open goal for Nuss. He just has to get a touch on the ball to keep it rolling, and 2-1 to TCD. Beautiful save from Waffle, just catching it in the corner, keeping it out, passing it down to Nuss, and Nuss was already there to pick up that ball and just send it home for that goal.
Yeah, watching Parable trying to slot that into the top left corner, it looked like it was about to be a beauty of a shot, but it was indeed saved on the line, and Trinity answer back. Another goal on the board, this time for Nuss, and now 2-1 to them here after that unfortunate start from Jamingo's ping, who seems to be, as this is turning into the Jamingo ping update, now sitting on 52 ping at a rather more consistent rate than his previous game. So although sitting on 18 points at the bottom of the leaderboard, he's still contributing to this team very much. That's going to be a shot for Device, saved though by Jamingo, who might be able to catch out SAM here, but SAM gets back in time. It's Nuss who takes that 100 boost, and it's going over to Waffle now, who's going to end up passing it to Parable. Jamingo's going to try and take this one out. Waffle taps into the middle. It's back now for SAM. It's going to be a 1v2 here. Can't get around the TUD player. as Nuss hits it over to the left-hand side. Halfway gone here in this game number 2. Best of 5, of course, in the semi-finals. If you haven't already noted, I'm sure you see it on our HUD. But best of 7 grand final awaits them as SAM once again getting another save on the back line. He's there for the saves, and it's now a 2v2 opportunity. Device hits it into the right-hand corner. SAM clearing someone out of the pitch. What can TCD now do on this opportunity? It's back to the middle of the field. It's dropping down for Device. It's got to get a touch over to that left-hand side, and it's now here for Jamingo. Pops into the middle. SAM gets cleared to Parable, who's waiting, gets 100 boost. Won't be able to do much with it on that occasion. Parable clears it all the way back and should be waiting there for SAM, who can pick up that 100 boost on that right hand side, as TCD now are once again, I was about to say, pressed up against their half, but they manage to escape. The ball hits over the head of the TUD player. It's down now for Nuss, gets demoed for his trouble. Demo's coming out in strong fashion. Parable, SAM pops it up over. It's over one player. Can they get it out? Yes, they can. Trinity now holding on to this lead. Minute and 20 seconds left. They're facing, if they win this, they're going to be on match point. It's going to be reverse sweep territory for TUD. That's going to be a shot coming through. It's got to be there for Waffle. It doesn't go in originally, but it goes in the second time. Trinity, very strong game from them here. Demo and Nuss going for another bump there. You could hear it hit off the post. It comes back into the middle. It's an open shot for Waffle. 2 goals for him from 5 shots. Another 8 shots for Trinity in this game, but not far behind are TUD on 7 shots, only converting 1 opportunity. SAM gets that clear on the backboard.
That was a nice passing play from the TCD boys, but is it enough to keep TUD at bay? They're looking hungry for another goal to kind of close in that scoreline. SAM bringing it all the way down to TCD's side of the pitch. Going to pinch that out for Parable. Waffle getting in the way of that, making sure that Nuss can chase down that ball. Goes to the ceiling, gets it past Device, but SAM to beat now. Managing to pick up that boost from under Nuss's nose as well. Waffle in to the touch. SAM going to get the clearance out to the midfield now. Nuss waiting there patiently, gets a touch, but back to Parable it goes. SAM and Parable trying to pinch that in, but Waffle picking up possession, sending it down towards TUD's side of the pitch, where SAM waiting on the backboard clears it all the way down to Jamingo in TCD's corner. SAM once again getting a touch of the ball. Nuss gonna clear it out as far as Waffle. Waffle sending it out to Jamingo, trying to get a passing play going, but only goes far as Parable, who's gonna knock it into his own net for a 4-1 finish with 0.1 seconds left on the clock. Or 1 second left on the clock, apologies. And that is going to be TCD pretty definitively confirmed, taking game 2 for themselves in this best of 5, putting them on series point. And now it is all to play for them. TUD back into reverse sweep territory, and TCD 1 game to win to secure that spot in the finals for themselves.
Yeah, as you said, 3 games is what you need to win it, and Trinity right now sitting on 2. They are 1 game away from that grand final against either Setu or University of Ulster. Any updates on that coming in, we will let you know if it is there before we go to break before the final. But yeah, moving on to game number 3 here. Trinity now have 3 attempts to send themselves to this final. They definitely want to do it on the first or second, and they definitely will want to do it on the third if they come to a game 5 situation here against TUD. It's up to TUD now on the back foot. They are down 2 games here in this series. I'm sure they've been in this position before. They understand the nerves of a high competitive situation. They've won this before, and Parable has won this before it was even Irish Esports Collegiate. So they definitely will have no trouble with the nerves in this game, but what can they find? What can they get out of this game just to try and give them some advantage against this very strong Trinity side?
Just 30 seconds gone now and no goal scored, but Trinity definitely trying to keep TUD in their side of the pitch. Down to Parable it went. He's going to go for the 50 and working out in his favour, but Nuss trying to get that away from his net. Down to Waffle to get the save from Device's shot on goal. SAM now bringing it up high. Jamingo was waiting for that corner boost but didn't manage to get it in the end. Back to Waffle, going for the redirect, but just off target. Jamingo going to take a man off the field for the time being as Device trying to pull that away from his own net. SAM back to Device and back to Nuss, taking it down to TUD side of the pitch once again. A good pass from Powerball coming out there, and SAM sending it high to the back wall. Going to drop down in a dangerous position. Device tried to get a touch to it, but not going in past the 3 TCD players on that back line. Powerball now trying to play it past Waffle. Waffle getting the reset, but not able to use it. And SAM sending it down towards Powerball, who's passing it back to SAM, who's sending it to the sidewall, back to Powerball, who's back passing it to Device, who's bringing it up high, going for the back wall, going for the double tap, but not able to get it off. Jamingo going to get the clearance back as far as Waffle. They're both floating in the air, and Waffle managing to get a tap onto SAM, getting him out of the way. Nuss getting the clearance. Device up for it. Back to Waffle now, sending it to the back wall. SAM waiting patiently for that touch, and back to Jamingo. It's very much an even Stevens game. Oh! It looked like it wasn't going to be an even Stevens game for very long after I said that.
Yeah, very close. It's the only word really to describe it at the moment. Only 2 shots from TUD and 1 shot from Trinity, but on the 3rd attempt, TUD finally break through just as we're about to reach about 11 seconds from the halfway point. TUD finally break through, and they finally get a goal on the board, starting this game off strong. Don't believe they've scored first in any of the last 2 games, so should be a different change of pace for them in terms of game momentum. Will they be able to hang on to this lead, or will Trinity come back as quick as they can? It's Jamingo now over on the right hand side. It's going back towards the middle. Powerball will get it clear off. Nuss is up for that. 2 players are up. It's going back to Jamingo, passes it back to the middle. Someone's there, it's left for Waffle. Gets a good fake, has plenty of boost. Gonna try and fake out Device, but Device now doesn't have a lot of boost, but can get it out. Waffle now gets that one off the back wall, hits it over as quick as he can over to that other side of the pitch. Jamingo cuts him off. Is there anyone there in the center? Waffle is there, he's up, but it's a miss in the middle of the line. A miss by the TUD. The ball just goes straight over the defensive net. No one there for the follow, no one expecting it. As SAM now is looking for the Psycho, trying to increase its lead in the most fashionable way possible. That net is about to be open. Can Powerball get a redirect in? No, he can't. Device is taken off the field. Device takes some off the field. SAM takes some off the field. It's back to Waffle. Can he get a shot in? Snipes it into the right corner. Beautiful placement by Waffle. Gets that one through, and that one just creeps back into the middle and snipes it just in front of Powerball, who just can't get back to it. SAM is all trying to throw himself across the net and get to it. TUD now level once again. TCD get a goal, and it comes from Waffle. First shot of the game, gets it through, and finally level game here in game number 3.
Yeah, that was a nice finish from Waffle, just managing to get it around Powerball into the back of the net. It went, and back to an even Stevens level pegging game. Powerball in with a shot. Jamingo got a touch to it, but not able to keep it out. 2-1 to TUD now, and they've managed to bring it back for themselves. Potential here for the reverse sweep to be on. Definitely that opening goal gave them that little bit more momentum to kind of go for those opportunities when they present themselves. But now another kickoff. 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. Nuss trying to get a touch to it. Maybe not the one he wanted, but back to Waffle it goes, who's sending it to Nuss in the midfield. Nuss not able to connect with the ball, and Jamingo trying to get in the way of Powerball. Waffle going to be the one to do it in the end. 50 coming out from Jamingo, and ball rolling in a very dangerous area. Nuss having to pick up that possession, keep it away from their net. Jamingo getting a touch to it. Waffle trying to play it out around Device. Device getting bump on Waffle, and Jamingo picking up possession. 42 seconds left on the clock. Trying to get it past, and there it is, the equalizer. I'm not quite sure what the chaos on that back line from TUD was, but let's watch it again there. Jamingo dribbling it down. Nuss getting in the way of SAM. Powerball trying to get a touch to it, and in it went for TCD. 2-2 with 39 seconds left on the clock. Who is going to take this game 3 for themselves, or is it potentially going to an overtime?
Yeah, great piece of play there by Jamingo to get that one through. If Nuss didn't even get a bump on a player, very much crucial in disrupting that play and trying to send it up play. That one's passing straight to the middle. Oh, it's back again into the middle. Is anyone going to be there? No, it's a miss from the Trinity player. About 15 seconds here left on the clock. Will we be going to overtime? Or will someone finally get the ball through? It's Waffle now, taking that one through the air. Gets a flip off the ceiling. Doesn't have a lot of boost. Tries to get another. All three TUD players are sitting in that back left corner. It's got to be pushed now. It's got to be met by Parable. Nuss gets a tap over. It's still floating through the air. Can he get a touch over? It's met in the air. That one's going to drop down, and it's overtime here for the first time on this Tuesday evening. Overtime now to see who will remain or who will go to our grand finals. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah, Waffle passing it out to Nuss. Nuss not able to read that pass, and Jamingo sending it back to TUD's corner. SAM getting the clearance out towards Device. Device redirecting it towards the back wall of TCD. Nuss trying to get a touch to it. Jamingo having to swoop in at the last second to get that save. And Waffle getting the clearance down towards TUD's goal, and in it goes. TCD gonna be the ones moving on to the finals now to face up against whoever has become the champion of that other semi-finals, UU Ulster University versus Setu. That was an excellent series. Some good goal scoring moments from TCD there.
Yeah, Trinity progressed through to our grand finals, and just check to see if we've any note on that other one. I don't think we've any note on it yet, so not 100% sure who will be in that other grand final. If I were to make any assumptions, I would say it's a very strong Setu, but we will have to see who does end up in that final. Great performance from TCD. They take down the ever so strong TUD team in sweep fashion, 3-0 to them. That game 3 definitely looking a lot closer than those previous games. Started off a lot better with TUD getting that opening goal, but as things progressed, Trinity always had an answer, and they finally caught them out in that overtime. Whether or not we'll see more overtimes in this finals, we will see. We'll be seeing Trinity again in a few moments, but please don't go anywhere. The grand final of the Premier Division for the Irish Esports Collegiate Series comes up just next. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us once again here on your Tuesday evening for Irish Esports Collegiate Series Spring Premier Division. It is Rocket League. It is a Tuesday, and it is time for our grand finals. If you are only joining us now and you miss the semi final and the other semi final as well, you would have seen Trinity College Dublin beat TUD, Technological University Dublin, 3-0 in that semi final. Rather two convincing first games for Trinity. And then a closer game in number three that went to overtime, and eventually it was won by Trinity. On the other hand, Setu beat University of Ulster, and University of Ulster as well will be finishing in a third place in this bracket. TD will finish in fourth position. But yeah, our finals: Trinity versus Setu. I was expecting obviously there'd be a few teams that would have made the final four, but I think I haven't seen. I think I have seen Trinity actually play Setu, but this Trinity team, they seem to be on fire at the moment. They were doing so well against TUD, but obviously Setu, big game, such a household name, all the players. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
Yeah, it's going to be certainly an interesting matchup. TCD, we've seen them kind of in flying form this evening so far against TUD. That matchup between Nuss and Waffle when they're working together well, it's really working for them. And Jamingo, of course, being the cherry on top of that team as well. But set to kind of the reigning champions at the moment. They're the team to beat, and they're not going to go down without a fight, that's for sure. 5 minutes on the clock, a best of 7 opening up this grand finals for you. Tom going in for a challenge on Nuss, and Waffle keeping it out, but not quite able to stop the momentum of the ball. Panda going to open up the scoreline very early on and gonna get things rolling very quickly. 1-0 to Setu now.
Yeah, and just to note, of course, important things to note, this is the finals, and of course, whoever wins this will win this Premier Division of the spring split. As you mentioned, Setu, of course, winning that previous winter split. These are championship points that determine the Nationals qualification. The top 4 per title, and of course, this one is Rocket League, will qualify for the national semi-finals, which are taking place between the 11th and the 14th of May. And then they lead on to the path to the first ever national finals on LAN in Dublin on May 23rd and 24th. Check out that announcement in the Irish Esports Collegiate server if you want to read more about any more details on that. But yeah, Setu starting off strong here early on. They are the team to beat. Household name, all of these players. Setu, so much to talk about. They're the team that went to Dallas. They're the team that have won so much, and they were undefeated for so long. And it's up to Trinity now. They're trying to get this one through, and they're trying to beat them at their own game. But so far, in this first minute, Setu are very much starting off as they mean to go on.
Setu wanting to get this game under control, keep in the lead of TCD. They're not wanting to drop any games, that's for sure. Wanting to get this, finish it out nice and quick for themselves. Tom gonna pick up a easy enough save for himself. Panda going up for that ball. Potential here, but Tom picking up possession of it in the end. Jamingo goes in for the 50, works out in Tom's favor, but back to Nuss, who's passing it to Waffle. Waffle sending it towards the backboard. Tom swooping in to clear the danger, and Nuss having to race back to his own net to get that stop from Tom's attempt on goal there. Panda looking to go for the 50, but Waffle picking up that ball instead. Jamingo sending it past Tom, but Panda sending it into the corner, keeping it out of harm's way for the time being. Tom up to meet that ball now. Gets a second touch to it, trying to play it out of TCD's corner. Jamingo up to meet him, and Waffle going to pick up possession, sending it back to Nuss, but Panda in with a shot and just a shy wide. Tom getting a 50 off that ball. Waffle sending it down to Jamingo. Panda clearing the danger out towards Shallow in the corner. He's playing it out to the midfield. Waffle up to challenge. Good 50 from him. No boost to his name, and Tom to send it back to Nuss, who's sending it back to Panda, who's trying to 50 Nuss on the wall, and back to Waffle to clear it back into the midfield.
Yeah, no game advantage or anything going to this. It's a straight best of seven. Whoever gets to 4 games will be our winner. And of course, talking a little bit about that national finals qualification, it's the points, of course, from winter and spring. So I believe it's Setu having won, obviously, previously. They are going to be, oh, watching that one go in just off the crossbar. It's going to be Waffle trying to get it in, and Jamingo is there for the follow-up 2-1 now. Setu to TCD. So yeah, Setu, of course, sitting high at the top at the moment there, almost guaranteed in that top 4 position. And I've just heard note as well that best of 3, that third place match will actually be played between University of Ulster and TUD. So those third and fourth positions are not determined as of yet. That place for that third for University of Ulster will now have to be earned in the arena. So that game will be played, and we will update you. And more than likely, maybe best of 5 may get done before the end of this series, depending on how this one goes. But we will update you as that proceeds. Back to the game at hand now. Trinity trying to bring this one back into it. 7 shots off for them. They actually have more shots than Setu, with Setu a bit more clinical getting that one around. It's over now to Waffle. That's a touch for Panda. He's already up in the air. It's going to be clear now for Nos. 100 boost for Panda. Nos, not a lot of boost. Going to tap it down. It's going to be left now for Waffle. Hits it on that right hand side. It's back to Jamaica. Passes into the middle. Is someone there? Nos gets to turn around, and he can't get around in time. He's not there for it. That could have been it for Trinity to level the game. Can get it through. Tom takes the pass. Panda, as Panda is jumping around the net trying to land the right position, but it's back now to Waffle here as Panda cleans it over. That one's there for Jamingo. Can Jamingo hit it back in? No, he can't. Trinity trying their hardest to get this one through here. 8 shots for them and only 1 goal so far to answer. Can Setu add another to their tally? They're up to 6 shots now. It's not looking to get that clear over. Can't get a touch in the middle. It's Tom. Tom's now trying to get that shot. It's back into the middle. That net is almost open, but there's no one there for the follow-up. Panda gets a save on the line. So many opportunities here for Trinity, but they just can't seem to get anyone through it. It might be Setu that end up getting one through here. Can they get something in this final 30 seconds, or will Setu here start as they mean to go on? That one's going to be cut off. Can Jamingo get a bump? No, he can't. It's up for Waffle. Gets a flip, tries to drop it down. Tomster is there for the follow. It's back now over to Panda. It's got to be cleared out once again. It looks like it's going to be going Setu's way. They might get another one through here. Shallow is left on his own. It's pushed up very far up, and that one's missed on the line by Jamingo. Sitting at 56 ping once again. It's going to be our last ping update for Jamingo. It seems to be have fixed any issues that he has. Jamingo's got to try and get a flip reset. That's going to be popped up into the air. It drops down, unfortunately. Setu now taking game 1. So many opportunities for Trinity to try and get another one over the line, but they just weren't able. Setu's 2 early goals in that first minute really sealed the deal for them. But Trinity, much more to offer. They can show if they can get those goals across the net. 7 saves from Setu. They really had to put up a brick wall of defense to try and stop that Trinity attack, but just not able to get anything through. 2-1 here to Setu. Game 1 goes to Setu.
Yeah, Setu going to be happy to open up the series with that game 1. Going into game 2 now, 5 minutes on the clock. And going to be a case of TCD having to play that uphill battle for themselves to even out the series scoreline. But they were getting close to it in that last game, that's for sure. Had Setu, having to get a final touch on it last second. There was that one save from Panda where the ball was just bouncing towards the back line of his net, and Panda having to swoop in to get the save, but nothing just yet. Looked like opportunity for TCD, and Setu managed to get the clearance, but Shallow goes for the touch, and Panda once again being that star keeper on that back line for Setu. Nuss passing it over to Waffle, but Tom getting intercepted mid-air. Waffle getting a touch out of the corner, back to Shallow it goes, and a touch from the TCD player was not enough to keep it from rolling into the back of their net. A good play from Shallow, just getting that 50 on Waffle as he's coming down out of the corner. 1-0 to Setu now. 30 seconds out of this game so far. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Looked like it could have been a kickoff goal there, but kept a little bit wide. Jamingo coming off the sidewall, but Tom picking up possession of that in the TCD side of the pitch. Waffle coming into the corner, but Shallow getting the better of him in the end. Jamingo gets a touch to it, keeps it out for the time being, sends it down to Setu's side of the pitch. Tom trying to get a touch to it. Back to Waffle it goes, and it's going to be an equalizer with only a minute used up on the clock so far, and 2 goals, 1 apiece to both of these teams.
Yeah, just to comment on that earlier goal, fairly clean cut there from Waffle, kind of slicing through the defense. Waffle really threw himself at that ball, maybe not the best touch off that side wall, but flung himself across the net trying to get a bump, a block on Shallow, but couldn't get anything through. Shallow scores, and then Waffle levels the game here in the first minute of play. Maybe should have been a save from Setu on that line. A few players back weren't able to get it through. Waffle now saving it once again on the line. But yeah, 1 goal apiece here so far in this grand finals.
Jamingo trying to bring it down to Setu's side of the pitch. Tom going to get the clearance, but only as back as far as Waffle, and Waffle going to slot that home for himself. 2 goals to him now, and 2 goals to TCD, taking the lead in this game 2. First time in this series, and maybe not the last if this form continues for them. Another kickoff here. Setu now trailing by 1 goal, but they're going to be wanting to make that not be the case as soon as possible. Nuss sending it over to Waffle. Waffle bringing it out into the midfield. Panda up to challenge him. Gets the better touch on it. Jamingo sending it back into the midfield towards Shallow. Shallow is popping up for Panda. Panda getting a touch, coming off the ceiling and getting a touch against Nuss on it. Now Waffle getting a touch back into the midfield. Tom picking up that mid boost in the process of getting that cut, and Nuss going to send it down to Setu's side of the pitch. Panda flicking it over. Jamingo going in for the second touch, trying to slow down that ball for a teammate to get a better touch on it. Tom trying to make Nuss's life difficult and manages to do so. Shallow getting the bump on Waffle and open net, but Jamingo gets a cut on that ball. Nuss on the ball now, trying to play it past Shallow. Shallow sending it towards a teammate. Tom cutting that ball and sending it back towards Shallow. Goes for a second touch on it. Not able to equalize just yet.
Yeah, at the moment Trinity are holding on to this lead. It's all they have to do to level the series 1-0 to Setu in this opening best of 7. They're trying to hold on to this lead at the moment. There, good save there by Panda, but all Trinity have to do is hold on to this lead. Currently all of Setu are lagging according to my screen, but I'm not sure what is causing that. They're all okay as of now, but yeah, Setu trying to get something through here. Can they get something across the line? No, they can't. Just now, Waffle's been so strong in this game. He's been everywhere he can be. And Panda looking to get that one through here, and it's saved on the line by Jamaica. That one's trying to push through, and it's back to Waffle. Can he get that shot off? Oh, he can't get it off in time. That would have been a fantastic piece of play by Trinity to count that one. That might be too long, too far up, and it's sniped by Panda. Setu now leveled the game here, 2-2 apiece. Yeah, Waffle gets a touch in it. Let's go straight onto Panda's car. Nuss can only watch that one go in. 2-2 apiece here now in this game.
The equalizer Setu had been looking for quite a bit of time in this game too, and there it is. Now back to Setu on the attack. Shallow not able to get a touch on that ball, and Waffle picking up possession, trying to pass it out to Nuss, who gets a touch to it, but only goes as far as Tom, who's bringing it up into the air, trying to play it over towards Shallow, who's gonna go for a touch, but not able to connect with it. And back into the midfield, it's a rolling Tom picking up possession, but Jamingo reading that ball well, trying to get that pressure going, trying to get that counter-offensive movement for his team. Waffle on the ball, sends it to the back wall. Can he get the double tap? No, he can't, but Jamingo was there, and the Setu player getting in the way. Shallow trying to bring it down, trying to get it past Nuss, and back up to Waffle again. Jamingo's getting a touch to it, sending it to the back wall. Panda's getting in the way of that. Nuss sending it down under the crossbar, under Panda, who was waiting patiently for that ball, and it's going to be TCD opening up the scoreline once again. 3-2 to them now.
Yeah, Nuss was looking a little quiet there in that game, but he answers back and shows that he's very much part of this Trinity team, increasing their lead here, 2-1 goal here, 3-2. So Setu now once again on the back foot, Just trying to get a clear over here. What can they do? It's Tom hitting it now over to the middle. Shallow is just disrupting everything he can in that net. It's back to Panda now, who's up high. It's over to Nuss, who's going to get a touchdown. And then Shallow hits it up onto the backboard. He's looking to bring that one over. Tries to go low. Gets a flip. Tries to go low. It's left there for Tomster. And Shallow once again trying to be a nuisance. Getting bumps on the play. It's going over to the right-hand side. What can Nuss do now from here? Doesn't get the boost. Maybe not a lot of boost to his name, but it's left there for Tomster. 10 seconds left here on the clock. It's going to drop down, and two of them are going for it. All they have to do is clear the line if they want to get this one over. Waffle gets it out. Panda can't get a touchdown. It's dropping down. Can they get a shot off? Nuss gets a touch out. It's going to drop down for Tomster. Can he keep it up here? No, goes off to the ground. Waffle is going to drop it down. It's still floating high in the sky. Tom can't keep it up, and it's Trinity now who level this series. 1-1 apiece here, all level game once again, starting now with ultimately a best of 5. Whoever gets the next first 3 wins will win.
Yeah, back to a best of 5. It's set to managing to get 2 goals, but TCD managed to get that third from under their nose, evening out the series for themselves, and they're going to be happy with that performance. They just need to keep it going for themselves to take home the grand finals, of course. Now, just waiting for everybody to ready up for the next game, game 3. Going to be interesting to see who takes the lead in this one.
Making a note to me there. Slight nudge in my direction as I was getting myself gathered for this game 3 now that we are on to. Trinity leveled the series. First game went to Setu, and Trinity now have leveled the series. What can they do here in this next game? Can Trinity maintain their momentum and take it to 2 wins in this series, or will Setu answer back like they're so capable of doing and send us into another Setu streak?
Yeah, TCD, 3-man on the back line there. Waffle being the one to get the clearance out as far as his corner, but Panda not going to make it easy for them. Nuss getting the clearance out as far as Shallow in the midfield. Shallow going for that sidewall, but Nuss going to send it down towards Panda. Panda picking it up off the back wall. Nuss trying to make life difficult to get that clearance. Waffle going to get a touch to it in the midfield, but Tom picking up possession, sending it to the back wall for a potential shot from a teammate. Waffle dropping it down for Nuss. Back to the back wall of Setu, and Panda gonna defuse the danger for the time being. Waffle not quite able to connect the ball, going for boost in the end, and potentially not the best choice is Shallow managing to slot that home for Setu. 1-0 for them now, taking lead of this game 3. Jamingo not able to get to that ball in time.
Yeah, I think it was Nuss who pushed out there from the net and tried to push out and get that ball out of the corner, but maybe if he just stuck to the net, maybe would have been there for that save. It's up to the sky now as Tomster meets that one, tries to get another touch on it. He gets a flip reset. It's over to Nuss in the net. Let's Setu now are trying to keep this one in the Trinity half. Setu taking the first goal in this game. Can Trinity answer back in quick fashion, or will it be a low scoring game? Back now to the middle of the field. Tomster is there. It's a bump off the play though. Nuss once again passing that one into the middle. That's Panda who is there for the follow-up.
Yeah, good 50 from Waffle there, but Tom getting bumped and still able to recover for it. Apologies.
Drink some of that Red Bull. That's what you gotta do. So
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Waffle is clearing enough of the back wall now. It's Tomster trying to pass into the middle, but no one is there. Nuss is trying to clear this one out now, though. It's met by Panda, who has very little boost to work, but will try and work something into the middle. It's a demo from Tomster in the middle of the field. Takes Waffle out of it as Panda now is sitting on that boost, trying to get something out. But it's Panda who is absolutely just relentless in this game, clearing it out. It's over now to Nuss, who's trying to keep that one up into the middle. Shallow gets a bump. It's once again up in the air. Shallow gets a flip reset. Nuss keeps it up. There's so much action in this game, Gib. It's Trinity now only with one shot to their name. Just not on. It's not like them in these past 2 games. 5 shots from Setu, and Tom Panda looking for a shot. Can he get it through? It's a fantastic shot from Panda. What a shot from Setu's Panda. Let's watch that one more time. Gets off the wall. Gets the flip reset. Flips it through over Waffle. What a fantastic shot it is from Panda, just as we were talking about him. That is a relentless shot from Panda. There is no saving that. Setu now leading by 2 in this game number 3.
Yeah, beautiful finish from Panda. Great piece of solo play there from him. And Setu now firmly in the driver's seat. It's up to TCD to get a response on the board. Panda going to cut that play, send it down towards Tom. Tom looking for the reset, but only gets as far as a Waffle. Nuss going to clear that into the midfield. Shallow's turning around for it, bringing it up into the air now. Goes for the reset, gets it, but doesn't use it. And Nuss going to get the clearance on that back line, but Panda bringing it down towards the box. Nuss trying to get a touch with Tom, sending it back into TCD's corner now. Waffle trying to follow it up, but no boost to his name. Tom trying to send it down for teammate Jamingo. Side flipping, not really what he wants to be doing in that moment. Panda trying to keep that pressure going. Waffle going to send it out towards the midfield, but Panda picking up that possession, sending it back to Shallow. Shallow trying to pass back to Tom, and Tom going to pick up that pass, trying to go for the sidewall. Doesn't get it. Waffle goes for a touch, got the reset, but got demoed for his troubles. Jamingo trying to pass it down to Waffle, but Tom keeping that pressure going, sending it down to TCD's back wall. Sends it out to Panda, and Panda slots it home for a 3-0 lead to Setu now. A good pass from Tom and a good finish from Panda, sending it just under the crossbar and into the back of Trinity's net.
Yep, just under the crossbar for Panda. Slots it perfectly to add a second to his tally, and it's a 3rd goal for Setu here, who are looking more convincing in this game number 3, looking more like they did in game number 1. Just as I say that, it's going to be a save on the line for Waffles, expecting that one to go in as it clears out now back to the Setu half. And regather myself as I comment on Setu's strong performance in this game, and particularly Panda with that fantastic goal early on to increase their lead 2-2. As Tom's turn out looks to clear this one out. It looks like TCD are very fairly pushed out, but now they are back. 15 seconds left here, looking for a pass over to Waffle. Can they get it back for another shot? That might be a great piece of play, and it is a great piece of play from Trinity. The Waffle and Nuss duo, what a fantastic piece of play that is, just to pass back to each other. It's almost hard to believe right before this game was starting, those two wanted to have a grudge match on stream, 1v1 right before, as if Setu hadn't shown up. So their camp seems to be very good at the moment, but maybe a little bit too late, unfortunately. So once again, looking to get that passing play going. It's over to Jamingo, looking for the sidewall read. Can't get it done, but he's got to pass out. Will he get a shot in? No, it's saved by Tomster. And 3-1, a bit more respectable than 3-0. They got a goal through, and it was a very good goal at that. There may be another one in here, but it is Setu who will be taking this game number 2. The ball is still in the air, and it should be dropped down now, but Panda might get a goal in, and it's saved. Setu 2-1 here in this series. First game went to Setu, second game went to Trinity, and now Setu once again have regained the lead in this best of 7 grand finals. We have to see now whether or not this pattern will be repeated. If it does repeat, it'll be Setu ultimately winning in the end, but we could be going to a game 7. We'll have to wait and see how this next game goes. Moving on to game number 4.
Yeah, TCD would be doing pretty well for themselves. They've been on a run to take it to a game 7 against Setu, who are definitely looking like they want to finish this out as quick as possible. Back in the lead of this series, a good performance from TCD towards the end of that last game there. They looked a little bit like they were struggling against the unrelenting pressure of Setu's attack, but managed to get a goal on the board for themselves. Going to give them a bit of momentum, and shot in from Waffle, but Panda once again just on that back line, always just being a thorn in the side of TCD whenever they go for goal. Jamingo trying to pass it out to Nuss, and Shallow going to get the clearance back as far as Waffle, but getting possession of it, sending it back to TCD's side of the pitch now. Waffle on that back wall, trying to get a touch to it. Tom getting the demo on Jamingo, taking one defender out of the play for a moment. Tom getting a touch to it. Now Waffle and Jamingo chasing down that ball. Jamingo tries to get it past the Setu player, but Panda going to clear it out to the corner now. And Tom on the ball now, trying to play it out towards a teammate in the midfield. But Jamingo going to pick that ball up, send it back in towards the mid. And Jamingo went in for the sidewall. Waffle going to pick up possession, catch that ball, and bring it down to his own corner to pick up that boost. Nuss off the back wall gets it past Tom. Can he get it past Panda? No, he can't. And Panda sending it towards goal. Jamingo going to get the clearance for the time being, but Shallow and Tom are there, sending it the pass down to Panda, and in it goes for Setu to open up this scoreline in this game 4. A good pass from Shallow, just catching Waffle off guard and not able to react to it in time, and no boost to his name to get to it even if he had.
Yeah, it's Panda once again. So strong in that game number 3, starting off strong here again in game number 4. Assist, of course, coming out from Shallow. 2 shots apiece at the moment for both teams. We saw some opportunities from Trinity earlier. Whether or not we'll see more of them coming out now, but that is Jamingo caught off guard, and just as we say it, Tomster now answers and gets another on the board. Maybe a strong bit of a push up there from Trinity, but yeah, Setu now 2-0 lead here in this game number 4.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 36 seconds still left on the clock. TCD, don't count them out just yet, as Jamingo picking up that ball, trying to play it past Tom. Tom not going to be fooled by it. Nuss trying to go for the redirect, and back to Tom it went. Just wide for the time being. Waffle trying to pick up that corner boost, but getting demoed in the process. Now Nuss getting it past Tom. Back to Waffle it goes, but Panda coming in strong for that challenge. Gets it past him, and Jamingo floating in the air. Nuss picking up that ball, picking up that corner boost as well. Tries to get it past Tom. Tom sending it back to Shallow in off the back wall. Jamingo passing it to Waffle, but Waffle not able to read that pass coming in. Panda sending it high, and Shallow getting a touch on it. Back to Tom it goes, and Waffle going to get the save in the end on that backline. Panda keeping that pressure going. Back to Jamingo it went, and Nuss being the one having to clear it out to the corner. Waffle now on the ball, plays it a little bit slower, flicks it over one, but Nuss going to be the one to get the touch on it. Past 2 of the players it went. Jamingo sending it to the back wall, but Tom going to pick up possession, bring it back down to his own corner and try and play it out to the midfield, but Nuss and Waffle not making his life easy. Panda picking up possession, getting that save as well. Jamingo sending it back to Nuss. Nuss trying to pass it out to Waffle, but Shallow going to intercept that ball, and Panda going to try and redirect it, but it's a little bit too high for the time being, and back to TCD's corner it goes.
Yeah, it's Tomster now clicking that one back, and it's been Setu very much unrelentless here. Some of the opportunities that could have gone in. We saw a play there earlier where Trinity were once again caught off guard after being already caught off guard and leading to a goal. And once again here, we might see another one go in. Can Panda slot that one in? And Shallow is there for the follow, and Trinity really throwing what they can at it in this game number 4. It goes over to the right hand side, it goes wide, and Panda, yeah, Shallow was definitely there for the follow, but maybe would have gone in anyway. But Setu now 3-0 here in this game number 4. Convincing win for them, and they will be going on to tournament point if they do manage to end up with this win. It's up to Trinity now to cough up 3 goals here in this game. Can they get one through here? It's a little bit too high, but Jamingo's once again, he's a little bit far forward, trying to stay up for it, but it's back for Panda, and Jamingo and Nuss make contact in that back left corner. Panda out. Oh, saved by Shallow. Great save by Shallow himself. Getting a save here for his own teammate. This TCD will not be complaining about that one. It's once again now in the Trinity half. Waffle got to try and get a flick out. Gets a good touch over to the right hand side. Over for Nuss, but no one's there for the follow. It's very much been the Setu show in this game number 4, and if the way things carry on, Setu will be on tournament point. Oh, and Nuss gets that one through. Never mind. Still, 1 minute and 9 seconds left here. Nice piece of play there by Nuss. Solo play. Nice redirect onto the wall there. Gets back and pinches it through. Nice solo play there by Nuss. 2 goal to deficit now here in game number 4.
Yeah, TCD have managed to pull 1 goal back for themselves. The question is, they've got 1 minute and 5 seconds left. Can they manage to pull back another 2? Shallow on the ball, trying to pass it down to Panda, who's passing it back to Shallow, but Waffle going to get in the way of that. Waffle getting a little bit confused there, it looked like, and going past the ball himself, put his teammates in a dangerous position, but Jamingo getting a touch to it, trying to keep it out for the time being. Jamingo now, once again, being the one to have to go up in the air for that. Now Panda on the ball, tries to flick it past Waffle, but Waffle getting a touch off the sidewall, sending it down to Nuss and Jamingo, but Nuss sending it into a poor position. Interception from Setu coming out. Jamingo gets a touch to it. Shallow in the corner, picking up that full boost from under their nose. Tries to play it past Waffle. It's up for Tom, but Nuss getting in the way of that ball. And back down to Panda, catching that ball in the midfield. Tries to send it out to a teammate, but ends up getting the second touch himself. Nuss up for that ball, gets it past Shallow. And Tom having to clear that across his own net. Waffle trying to pile on the pressure. The countdown is on. Nuss getting a touch to it. Panda waiting in the corner patiently for that, trying to bring it out into the midfield. And just a matter of time before the ball touches the ground. And that is going to be game 4 for Setu.
Game 4 here going to Setu, and they now are on tournament point. One more for them, and they will be the winners of the Premier Division and cemented themselves at the top of that championship qualification points. There still will be semi-finals, of course, coming up on that, but they will be very much at the top of that leaderboard after winning in the winter split. What can Trinity do now? They look so strong in that game too. Very much bring it to Setu, but Setu have just brought this game back. They've really upped the ante, and they are now on match and tournament points. So Shallow here taking a little bit of a breather maybe just before they move on to what could be their last game of the tournament so far, of course, before the national qualifications on May 13th and 14th, and before that LAN, of course, obviously in May 23rd and 24th in Dublin. Make sure you stay tuned for more details on that as they will come out in due course. But here we go now, moving on to game number 5, I believe. 5, yes.
Yeah.
I can never keep track of these numbers. I'm trying to work it out in my head how many more games there is. But yeah, game 5 now. Panda is here. I saw the server cuts off, the Discord overlay cuts off the name, and I read PA as Parable, but unfortunately Parable should be playing their third place game right now. But we're just giving a 1 second time here as everyone seems to be good to go, and this isn't Rocket League by Tom. Unfortunately, very much is, and it very much is the grand finals, match point and tournament point here for Setu. What can Trinity do? Can they stay in the series, or will Setu will they be crowned champs once again?
Yeah, 5 minutes on the clock determines whether Setu take home that coveted title for themselves, or will TCD manage to keep themselves in this series, as Shallow went in for a beautiful air dribble. Jamingo getting in the way of that, Nuss having to clear it off the back wall, and Panda getting in touch to it, sending it down to Tom, and Tom gonna finish it, going with that beautiful backflip as well in the process. Gets the final touch to the ball, sends it in past Waffle, and 1-0 to Setu in the first 30 seconds of this game. Another kickoff for you, very quick off the bat of the start of this 5th game, as Jamingo gonna clear that out to the sidewall where Waffle is waiting for it, gets it over Panda, but not gonna be anything too dangerous for the Setu boys to deal with, as Tom sending it in, Nuss getting the final touch to it, keeping it away, and Jamingo gonna get that down towards Setu's side of the pitch and even the game out for themselves.
Yeah, good answer back here early on from Setu. Panda caught a little bit off guard there from Jamingo, who gets that one in and levels the game here early on in the first 55 seconds of the game here in game number 5, of course. So yeah, level game here. Bit better from Trinity answering back here if they didn't go goalless in the last game, but actually I can't remember if that was the game before. My mind is so muddled after watching so many games, but it's back now in towards the middle of the field. It's Jamingo waiting for booster on the left-hand side, and it's met by Shallow, who will look for that boost, but is going to go back to Thompson, who's trying to slot that one into the right-hand corner. It's passed back to the middle. Panda's there, and it's a hit by the Trinity player to take that one off the guard. It's Thompson getting a flipper set, hitting it over to the middle. Shallow is up in the air. It's a shot by Shallow, saved by Waffle, who gets 100 boost now. Is going to take that one out to the right hand side, gets around, and we'll try and get this one through here. He's 1v1ing with Shallow, tries to get around, can he into the middle? Panda is there for the follow. The 1v1 attempt was on the cards, but couldn't get it through here. That's a miss though from Jamingo, I believe, as that one is back towards the middle. Thompson looking for a bump. That one's passed into the middle. It's going to be a bump here to the middle of the field. That one's going to float in if someone can't do anything about it, and it's saved by Waffle. Thompson now hitting it over to the middle of the field, and yeah, very much a lot better here from Trinity, keeping up to pace with Setu. With Setu though having 6 shots here early on, and so just reaching here the halfway point of this game. Only 1 shot from Trinity, and they have gotten it through. It's all they need at the moment. They just need 1 more to get through, as Waffle now saves that one on the line. It's Nuss hitting over to the right hand side. Shallow clears him away for his travel, passing to the middle. Panda is there, but no, Nuss is already up for it, can't get a bump. Waffle now gets a good touch, gets it around Panda. Shallow is waiting for it, he's off the ceiling. Waffle try to opts to go low for the flipper set, can't get it through. Thompson is there for the pass. Nuss gonna try and get it clear out. It's 2 Trinity players now. 2 City players have been caught off guard, 2 of them going for the same ball. Nuss trying to get this one out here, Gib. It's very close here in this game number 5. Lives are on the line, tournaments are on the line here as Trinity try to remain in this battle and Setu trying to finalise themselves as the champs of the spring Premier split.
Yeah, Trinity now have a moment to breathe, and Jamingo going in for the shot. Nuss going to go for the follow-up, and Panda keeping it out. Now counter-attack is on for Setu. Tom dropping that down for Shallow. The shot went in, and just a shy wide off the woodwork it came. Panda chasing down that ball, taking up that corner boost for himself, trying to get it past Nuss, and manages to get a better 50 on it. Shallow now on the ball, sends it down into the mid, and Jamingo just going to let that roll towards Tom, who's going to pick up the save in the end. Nuss going in for that ball, but not able to get it past Tom. He's like a brick wall on that back line at the moment. Panda getting a touch to it out off the sidewall. Now Shallow on the ball, tries to play it under Waffle, and Waffle got a touch to it, but it was a loose ball for a second there. It looked dangerous. Panda getting the demo on Jamingo. Waffle going in for that 50 against Tom as well. Shallow gets the clearance down to TCD's corner. Now Jamingo gets a touch to it, sending it back into the corner, back to Panda, and Waffle trying to get a touch to it, but not able to connect with the ball. Tom up for that ball off the sidewall, sends it over to Panda, sends it into the corner, tries to get a second touch, tries to go for that corner read. Jamingo chasing down that ball, and Shallow's going to get to it first, keep it out of their net, and taking it up into the midfield towards TCD's side of the pitch. But Nuss sending it down to Waffle, who's going to back pass it to Jamingo, who's going to pass it to Nuss, who's picking up that corner boost. Now Shallow goes in for the challenge, back into the corner it goes, and 30 seconds left on the clock. It's looking like Setu are hungry for more goals, and TCD are managing to keep them at bay for the time being. But with 20 seconds left on the clock, who is going to score the next goal, or is it going to go to an overtime?
Yeah, are we going to overtime, or will there be a winner in this game? 7 seconds left on the clock. Many more shots have come out from Trinity. They're trying to go low here, are Setu, but they can't get it through here. It's going to be going to overtime. Can Jamingo keep it up? It's going to go over to Shallow. Overtime here now in game number 5. Lives are on the line, tournaments are on the line, and championships are on the line. It's Tomster now up into the air for this one. Shallow's already off the sky, tries to get another touch through, hits over to the side, bumps are coming out. It's back to Jamingo now, who tries to get a touch over, but it's blocked by Shallow. Panda now hits it over to the right hand side. Waffle is up for it, no boost to his name. Tomster now getting it clear, he's going to tap it down. Shadow will be there for the follow, but Panda is sitting back. Nuss is now back, shot off from Waffle. It's saved on the line by Panda. Need to make sure they don't push up too far here. If they've done a few times before, Setu do no worries with them. Their rotations have been on point this entire evening. I'm sure, no doubt, they were on point in that series against Ulster. It's Waffle now here on the ball. It's going down to Nuss. Can't get the boost in time. Tomster now with enough boost to try and clear it off that wall, but Smith for Jamingo. That net's going to be open. There's going to be no one there. Nuss is waiting for it. Shallow looking for the bump. He's bumped over here to the sky. Can Nuss get a touchdown? He gets a pass down to Waffle, going for the bump. That one's into the middle of the field. Shallow is going to be there for the touch. Tomzer is there. He's going to pass it up into the sky. Is there anyone there for the follow? No, it's still left with the set who have. Shallow's already up in the air. Can he get a shot off? Can't get it over in time. So much happening here, Gib, in this overtime, but no one at the moment is getting anything through.
Yeah, I think it's time to throw everything on the kitchen sink at it for both of these teams. Setu, of course, need to score a goal to take this tournament for themselves. TCD need to score a goal to keep themselves in this series. And Shallow getting a touch on that ball, playing it around the TCD player, getting the pinch off the wall, back over to Tom. It went, and Panda going to pick up possession after Waffle getting that 50. Tom sending it to the other side of TCD's side of the pitch. Jamingo going to get a touch to it, sending it back to Waffle. Waffle trying to back pass it to Nuss, and Nuss going to get the clearance in the end, but Panda not going to make their lives easy to get it back into the midfield. Panda once again getting a touch on the ball. Nuss following up that touch, and Shallow trying to get in the way of it. Danger there, but Tom managing to get possession of it. Back to Waffle, gets the reset, tries to pass it down to Jamingo, but Shallow coming in strong with that challenge. Back to Panda it went, and Nuss getting a touch to it, playing it patiently on that back wall. Shallow was in the way of that. Tom tried to get a touch to it, and now Jamingo sending in a shot. Panda once again on that back line, just getting a touch to it, keeping it out of Setu's goal. Panda and Waffle coming together for that 50, and Panda being the better of it. Shallow on the ball now, but Waffle getting in the way of that. Back to Jamingo, playing it safely into the corner. Panda gets a touch to it, but Nuss waiting on that back wall, tries to play it past Tom, manages to do it, but back to Shallow it goes with a shot on, and Waffle going to clear it out of the danger zone, but not for long, as Tom getting a touch to the ball and trying to play it back to TCD side of the pitch.
Yeah, TCD are so boost deprived at the moment. Setu just have them on the ropes at the moment, and they're very much at such low boost for Trinity. They might be able to pick up a few boost pads here now as they rotate back. That one's off the back wall. It's going to be a follow. It's going to drop down. Panda hits it over. Can he get the redirect in? It's a fantastic touch. It's going to sail over to the right hand side as Waffle gets a big clear out, and that will clear their lines a small bit as the play will reset. It's back down towards the middle of the field. Jamingo gets a shot off, and it's in for Trinity. Trinity now in the lifeline game. They win it. They are now one game behind Setu. It is now 3-2 to Setu. Oh, and this is getting interesting, Gib. Setu now have another chance to send this to a victory for them before we get to game 7, but very strong game there from Trinity. Started off a little bit weaker, but as the game went on, Jamingo in particular, 2 goals, credit to him, and 6 shots and 4 saves. Stand out by a moment there. Just going to take a few seconds here as Nuss needs a minute. I need a minute after that game, Gib. But such a strong performance from Trinity. But it's not like Setu were doing anything wrong at all. They had Trinity on the ropes there for so long. They had them boost deprived. They were flinging every single thing they could at them, but just nothing was working. And then on the off chance, Trinity get a ball out, they work the play up, and they catch Setu off guard. Trinity now trailing by 1 game. Setu still in the driver's seat, still on match point, but Trinity now 1 game away from leveling this series, and then 1 game away from the best of 7, do or die for both teams.
Yeah, Trinity definitely have given themselves that lifeline. They've given themselves that light at the end of the tunnel. Setu managing to drop a game to them in overtime. A beautifully placed shot from Jamingo. And another 5 minutes on the clock. We are back again at series point for Setu. It's just 5 minutes separating them and the total victory in this tournament, but TCD not going to make their lives easy in doing so. They're looking to bring it to a game 7, that's for sure, and time will tell as to whether that will be the case, as we're waiting for both teams to join up in this match. I think they're taking an extra long breather, maybe having that conversation between themselves as to what they can do to put their opponents on the back foot, but there we go. Teams joined up now.
Yeah, everyone here and everyone in the lobby is Nuss was just taking a moment there, and I think every team would have been, every player would have been happy with that, taking a moment after that last game, especially Setu now. Just need to reset the mental maybe a small bit, but they feel very much in the driver's seat. They still have another two opportunities to win this, and if they lose this one, they're still not out of it. But if they lose this one, it will be Game 7, and one of the teams here will be your Spring Premier winners of the Spring Split in Irish Esports Collegiate Series. Demos from Tom trying to get one through here. Shallow is going to be waiting back for that one. Nuss is already up. Gonna try and pinch that one down. It's met on the line by Waffle. Panda getting a save on the line. Saved by Nuss now. Jamingo getting a clear out. Gets one flip reset. Tries to bring it down. Going over now to this left hand side. Panda tries to get a shot off. It's going to be here now for Nuss. He's going to try and get a clear off. He's not going to have much boost to work with. Game 6 now in this series. Can Jamingo, as he did so well in that previous game, lead his team to victory in this game number 6? Getting a save here now on the back line. Jamingo now trying to catch out Shallow, trying to pass that one to the middle. It's going to be a player there for a Waffle. Can he get a touch over? Tries to get another touch. Can get it through. Shallow waiting on that mid boost. It's left for Jamingo, who gets a nice touch over to the right hand side. Tomster is already up. He's going to try and hit it up to Shallow. And it's Waffle now who gets it through. What can they do here now on this play? Shallow tries to work it through, and you'd have to say going into this Trinity very much not the underdog, but you'd be expecting Setu with how good they are to win this series. Maybe not easily, but very much come out on top. They're so dominant in this tournament, but Trinity at the moment can definitely go out, even if they lose at this very point with their heads held high, that they've really put it to this Trinity side. As Waffle tries to get a shot over here, and he gets it over. Shallow just pops it over his head. 1-0 now to Trinity. Shallow now unfortunately can't get back to that one. Oh, just gets the touch and has to pinch it with the crossbar into the net. Waffle now starting it off for TCD. First goal in here in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, Trinity definitely in top form at the moment, especially against such a strong opponent that is Setu. Just Tom sending that in and just kept out by the crossbar, by the backboard. Jamingo getting the clearance back towards Tom it goes, and now he's on the ball trying to take it off the sidewall around Waffle it goes, and taking it down into Trinity's corner. A double demo coming out from Setu, but Waffle going to be able to get the touch on it to keep it out of harm's way for the time being, and shot on from Tom, who's going to equalize this game. Still 2 minutes and 32 seconds left on the clock, but back to level pegging once again. Tom just knocking that underneath Waffle, who's coming off the back wall, trying to get a touch to it, and in it went. 1-1 now in this game, as Tom trying to bring that down to TCD's goal, and Jamingo getting the clearance in the end. Jamingo sending it down to his other corner as Shallow chasing down that ball but leaving it for Panda. Waffle getting a touch to it, sending it into the other corner as Tom picking up their corner boost from under their nose. Waffle a good 50, pushing it through against Shallow, but Panda getting a touch to it. Jamingo coming in for the follow-up, and Panda going to send that down towards Nuss, who's waiting in the corner, gets a touch to it, but Tom trying to get a touch to it first. Back to Nuss it goes, and Waffle coming off that sidewall trying to pass it into a teammate that's potentially there, but Shallow getting in the way of it and managing to bring it down to the midfield, managing to bring it down to TCD's side of the pitch. Once again, as Tom goes up for it, Waffle, once again, a stellar save for him, and he's going to be happy with that as he brings it down to Setu's side of the pitch for the counter-attack.
Yeah, can Trinity get an opportunity here? They've only had one shot, and it's been that goal from Waffle, but it's been 9 shots from Setu. It's unbelievable how they only have one goal through here. It's up for Waffle now. Can he slot that one in? It's going back towards the middle. It's going to be an easy save for Panda. It's over to Nuss. It's a bump. Can they get it through? They won't have the speed on it. Can't get it through. Oh, the bump was there. It was so clinical. They just couldn't get it through here. 2 shots now from Trinity. Oh, Setu, I'm surprised they haven't gotten more across the line. 9 shots, unbelievable amount of shots. Only 1 goal coming through from them. They're throwing everything they can at this to try and win it. They need to make sure they don't put too much energy out of it. That one is cleared back to Panda, who's waiting. Plenty of boost to his name. 1 minute now left in the clock. That one's being passed in the middle. Jermaine goes there. All of Trinity is pushed up. They make sure they don't push up too far. Going back towards the middle. It's Nuss now. Getting a touch out. It's coming back for Nuss. Again, that one's floating into the middle of the field. Shallow hits it over to the left-hand side. That's going back towards it. That might be open. Jamingo can get it over to the right hand side. And Thompson, it's a save on the line. Oh, that should have been in for Setu once again. No shot credited on that one. That should have been in for Setu. That should have been the goal. That might have sent them to victory here. The pass over to Shallow. You can't get back to it. Tomster now over on the left hand side. Tomster's going to try and work this one back. Plenty of boosts. He's going to get all the boosts to leave none for his teammates. He's going to try and work this one up now. Waffle is already up in the air. He meets him forward. It's Jamingo now. Popping that one up. He's going to try and get a clear over. He's going to try and get a demo off. It's Shallow there, meeting him for the play. Shallow's going to look for the bump. Waffle looking for the clear. It's safe across the line. Can Nuss get it out? Then one of them needs to clear it. It's dropping down over in the line, and it's going to drop down for overtime again here in game number 6. Will Setu win it? Will they win this spring split? Or will we go to a game number 7?
I'm having a serious case of deja vu as we are once again in an overtime. Trinity giving themselves that lifeline once again. Setu throwing everything they have at them as Jamingo managing to stop that from going in, and on the counter offensive sends it wide. But Tom gonna pick up that ball back to Nuss on the sidewall. Got it past one, but Panda on the ball now, trying to play it past Jamingo. Gets the pass out to Shallow, and Nuss not able to keep it out. Unfortunately for TCD, it is going to be Setu taking home the finals for themselves. Game 6 it was. Game 6 overtime, and a beautiful place pass over to the teammate for Setu, and in it went for the final goal in this tournament.
Yeah, can't say that it's not deserved for Setu. They were sitting on that championship point for 2 games, and they finally get it through in game number 6. You could just see that Waffle was maybe waiting on the ball a little bit there, and Noss was also there, so maybe too many of them in that left-hand side. But ultimately, it ends up going Setu's way, and a deserved win for Tomster, Panda, and Shallow. They are now your spring split champions in the Irish Esports Collegiate Series, and very much sitting at the top of that leaderboard for championship qualification. Strong performance across the board from everyone in this tournament, Gib, but well played from Setu, and of course last week well played from ULA, who won our open division. Gib, it wouldn't be a stream if we didn't have to mention our amazing sponsors, so please give us credit where it's due.
Yeah, I would like to take a moment of your time to thank our wonderful sponsors that make what we do here at Ireland Esports Collegiate Series a possibility. So once again, a massive thank you to PlayA, GG Machines, Dogpatch Labs, and of course, Red Bull, who have been powering us through these Tuesday evening Rocket League streams. That will be it from us this week, but be sure to check out the other streams this season. Apologies. Thank you to our wonderful producer who's been in our ears in the background and, you know, doing all this, the beautiful behind the scenes stream stuff that allow you to watch these wonderful games all season long. That will be it from us. Be sure to catch the rest of the streams this week, and we will see you for the national semifinals.